Hey, what's up? So today I'm back with another video, but this one is going to be very impromptu. So the reason why is because I just wanted to try out a new type of video, I guess. It's just, I think mostly to cater for how busy I get sometimes. So I recently just recorded a video on Axe issue 101. And so I currently don't have a backlog at that moment other than that video. So I kind of just wanted to get out this video where I kind of talk about anything related to manga, related to what I'm reading at the moment, what I'm planning to buy, that sort of thing. Just because, you know, I've been releasing videos at least once a week ever since I started my YouTube channel. I think it's been more than a year now, a year and a couple months. And so it's a lot of, I'm surprised I was that consistent, to be honest. Like at some point as well, I was releasing one every 3-4 days, which is kind of crazy. But this isn't a video saying like I'm burnt out or anything. No, it's just I'm quite busy at the moment and I want to try do more of these like lower efforts, more chill videos, just talking about what what's on my mind, I guess, manga wise. Because yeah, every video when it comes to except for the manga hauls, well, even the manga hauls, if I do a manga haul video, I'll still have to find information about the manga and the art books generally, but it's not as bad as the like putting out manga magazines episode or like a spotlight, because I actually have to, you know, write down notes so I can explain properly and, you know, have enough information about the book themselves itself, sorry. So going ahead, I might want to balance it maybe to see how I go with these videos where I just kind of talk about anything. And this is just an experiment, so maybe I might not feel like it again and be like, oh, this wasn't my thing anymore, so I'm not going to do it anymore. Maybe it will be my thing, who knows. But yeah, I just want to I still have the urge to talk about manga anyways. So at least I have that, you know, I don't want to go silent and just like have nothing for a while. We'll try and see how it goes. So yeah, I kind of just pulled a couple of random books off the shelves, some random, some related to what I've been reading or want to read or recent events. And the first thing I took off the shelf was actually this book here. So it's an Axe issue, number 66, but not specifically for Axe, because recently, maybe a month ago, there was a Hanawa Kazuichi exhibition, and this here is a cover by him. So that exhibition was, I was not expecting a Hanawa exhibition in recent years, to be honest, because I don't think he's actually done any manga. In terms of the exhibition itself, you can kind of see what sort of artworks were put out. A lot of them were like train related, a lot of trains everywhere. Beautiful coloring though. All of them were in color. So that's, I'm not too sure what gallery it was showed at, but that was really cool. I was told that there was an exhibition catalog of sorts. Haven't seen it popped up anywhere at all, but would be really cool if I could somehow get my hands on that, because, you know, what Hanawa release have we had since, I don't even know what his most recent release was. I mean, English wise, we're gonna get his early short story collection by, I don't want to get the name of the publisher wrong. I feel like it's Mansion Press. I will link everything in the description because, you know, these videos I'm just going to be rambling. So Mansion Press, I believe, is the one that is doing the actual release. It's been announced, there's been pictures, but from my memory, no release date right now. So that was really cool. I will put links as well of whatever I can find of, like, I saw it on Twitter, I saw like pictures of the exhibition as well, of what I can find of the actual artwork that was shown. But I found that really cool. You know, Hanawa Kazuichi had his prime during the Edo Guro years of manga, still releasing stuff, albeit not manga, still artwork. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, just wanted to pull that out because this reminded me of this cover there. So the next work I wanted to pull out too was I just suddenly had an urge to read horror manga again. Not that I've stopped or anything, but specifically Tanima Yumeji. I only have one tankobon by Tanima, and it's this one here, Zombies of the 13th Day. And her works are one of my favorite horror manga ever. It's very shoujo horror-esque, but insanely detailed when it comes to the point in the story where she needs to like escalate the gore and the crazy stuff. It really does escalate. And because I haven't really been buying manga too much, I haven't bought any other Tanima Yumeji works. She has another short story collection by the same publisher like this, collecting those short stories. It's like a blue and red cover, I believe. But it was also cool finding out that under a different pen name, I forgot what the actual pen name was, they were doing like, I guess like erotic manga. There was someone on, I believe it was Instagram a while ago, like maybe last year, that I feel like they messaged me about Tanima Yumeji, because I did do a spotlight on this book specifically, and then they messaged me on like, oh, is this also done by Yumeji? Something like that. I'll have to pull up what they said and maybe link in the information in the description. But that was cool too, seeing the versatility of the manga and how they've shifted to perfecting, I feel like, shoujo horror, in my opinion. It's also, a lot of her works are very dense. A lot of pages, a lot of detail through everything, a lot of panels. So I guess if you don't like reading, you might not like her works, because I guess there's two sides to horror manga. The horror manga where you don't really need much dialogue, where it's just, everything's just sound effects, people screaming, people running and all that. Then also you have the other manga, the other horror manga, where it's just tons and tons of exposition and explaining, and sometimes it can get a bit too much, but I never really minded it when it came to Yumeji. So that's pretty cool. On Japan Book Hunter, they do have the other book, I believe, but with these reprints, because these are reprints of the older works, this came out in 2017, so these ones are cheaper. To find the actual first prints and whatever publisher that did it, I haven't even seen them in stock for the past year, so will be a bit tough. But 100% going through all the horror manga that I've read over the course of my manga journey, Tanima Yumeji is one of my favorites. I should have covered that, should have censored that. But yeah, so I don't know, out of nowhere I just had the urge to read her stuff again, but at the moment limiting myself to what I am buying. So yeah, kind of segueing into the next thing, what I want to buy and look out for. Not much. I do this thing where if I see something I like and I want to get, I'll put it in my cart, but I'll give it like a day or 2 days. I'll see how I feel about it. If I don't feel like buying it, the urge has disappeared, then I won't buy it. It's been working most of the time. I did crack this month, which I did show the books off in a recent video. I did crack because I bought the JoJo Winter Magazine issue 4 and the Kiyoshi Awazu art book, Graphism in the Wilderness. Those two were the only two ones that I did crack under. I did buy other books, you know, stuff like Kamuiden, but those were always for me like essential. I needed to get Kamuiden, and I did kind of reserve funds, capital, for them anyway, so they were kind of planned. But in terms of unplanned purchases and stuff that I want to treat myself with, those were the only two. So I'm honestly doing pretty good right now. What I have in my cart, there's been a poster that was released right now. I don't have the book with me, but Orb on the Movements of the Earth. The anime has recently finished. I read the manga, insanely good manga. It's a manga about the development of how over history we view the Earth, and how it went from seeing the Earth as the center of the universe, and then going to something just dropped, going from that to having the sun, realizing that the sun is the center of our solar system, that sort of thing. And that was such a good manga. I read this like maybe end of 2022 or 23, I guess. Let me just quickly, I just realized as well, I wasn't moving anything on the screen. I'm just gonna have me flicking through random issues so you have something to look at while I talk. But coming back to, so this is Axe issue 17, coming back to Orb on the Movements of the Earth. Anime had ended recently, and I saw that they were releasing a poster with all of the characters in a very beautiful like rainbow pattern. That's, and like a holographic part of it as well, like the actual chi for Orb, the character, the hiragana is like shiny. So I really wanted to get that poster, but it's been a couple of days. I put it in my cart, haven't got the urge to buy it since. Not that I don't care about it anymore, but it's not a priority right now. I can save money, I don't have to spend on it. But that's been in my cart. The Hino Hideshi Best Selection, the second volume that came out, I've had it for a while in my cart, but I haven't really picked up at all. Like the first volume is this one right here. This one, Hino Hideshi Best Works. So I showed this off in a video, an amazing collection of his works, albeit not as high quality. You can kind of see the weird textures to the printing. They're not as crispy. Some of them are, like this one, Panorama of Hell, but some of them aren't. So I read this one, and this was an amazing one. But there was another one that was released by the same publisher, and I guess the same curator as well. It's titled Hino Hideshi, instead of Best Works, I think it's like Great Works instead. And it's got a red cover with like one of the, it's a very, actually, the woman on the cover of that Hino Hideshi tankobon, it looks very like, I don't know, either Maruo, no, maybe Tsuge Yoshiharu. Like it, at first glance, I didn't realize that it was actually, that it was advertising. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, that was another thing that's been on my cart for a while. It's I don't know when I'll get it. It's maybe like 2,500 yen or something, but you gotta account shipping for that. So yeah, not right now. Another thing I did buy, actually, not manga related, but I have always been thinking about whether I want to keep, this backdrop. It's an amazing backdrop. It's the official licensed Ichiba silk scarf done by Akatako. I have put that in the description before, but I love this scarf, but sometimes I've thought about like alternating different backdrops. I did get one that's not manga related. It is Sleep Token related. So if you guys are a fan of Sleep Token, even in Arcadia, their fourth album, I think their fourth album, is being released May 9th. I pre-ordered a sort of desk or mouse pad. It's a really big one. It'll cover my entire desk. It's of like a pink and black, pretty much the album cover. It's got like a black flamingo on it. So I may use that as a backdrop to alternate with the Akatoko scarf. I have also thought about getting other scarves from them too. They've licensed an official one by Maruo Suehiro. I've got this art book here to flick through while I explain, but I'll have to be careful. But yeah, they've got one with Maruo. It's a really cool one. It's of a snake woman, where it's like a woman who has a snake going through like her eyes and stuff. It's insane. But I wondered like whether that was too much for YouTube. So I thought about that. There's some other works that I might get to, but this one's really cool. I put out this art book because I realized I haven't shown any Maruo art books at all. I do have all three of the Maruographs, but this one specifically is it's called the Military Green Edition. It's a special edition that was apparently, I think I was told by, I think a long time ago, maybe by Chu, that it was released only for like stores, and this one here is signed by him. So really cool stuff. Did not even know it was signed. I don't think it was even advertised as signed. So I was pretty lucky on that front. And we've also got like different editions of Maruographs. There's so many different editions. So a lot of people really love this one. It kind of collects everything together back in 2013. But another good reason why I pulled out this book was because I am currently waiting for a store in Australia to just get the new release of Rose-Colored Monsters, I believe the name was, or Beautiful Monster, maybe. The new... Sorry, it was a giant-ass truck that passed by. The new English release of Maruo's works. It's a project by both Ryan Holmberg and Bubbles Zine, who's done like Igaguri, they've done Bat Kid, done a couple of other stuff as well. But yeah, at the moment, I did check on Bubbles' website. It's available now, but to Australia at least, the shipping is as much, I think it was actually more, a couple dollars more than the price of the book itself. And so for me in Australia, I don't think I can really afford to get it for that price. So I'll just have to keep waiting, and I'll see who actually will stock it, because I'm not too sure if the local Kinokuniya will stock it, because it's pretty, explicit. Probably looking for online stores, maybe Sendai. We'll see how it goes there. But anything that will just cut the shipping for me, because I can't spend that much for Rose-Colored Monsters right now, unfortunately. So I'll just have to be patient for that. But it's a very cool release that I've been looking forward to for quite a while. Also in these Maruographs, you also have like sketches, which is really cool if you're into that. Personally, I'm not too into sketches a lot of the time. I do flick through them, but it's not my the first thing that I look for. But I guess if you're an artist, it will be pretty invaluable for you. But yeah, that was kind of my talk on Maruo, what I'm expecting. What else am I expecting? Oh, also a tangent. This is a cover that Maruo did for a Garo issue. Not sure what year it was, but it was one of the later years, maybe 90s, 2000s. Yeah, what else am I expecting? What else am I looking out for? I think right now, I've also, like, in terms of limiting myself to what I want to buy, I try not to even visit, like, sites like Amazon or Mandarake or anything else, just so I can just suppress the urge to buy anything. And it's not like, I'm spending everything on books. The reason why I'm stopping, a big reason why, is because I still have so many books to read. Like, I bought Her Frankenstein by, what's her name? I forgot that name, sorry. Living the Line, horror manga. A while ago, it came out a while ago. I still haven't read it yet. There's just so many books that I still have to read. I'm getting through it all. I'm doing row by row on my bookshelves, but I try to balance what I read so I don't get bored by anything. But yeah, I'm just flicking through my Amazon, to be honest, to see what I have. I recently finished an Onchi Midori book. It was a pretty cool one. I showed it off in a previous manga haul. This is what it looks like here. I will show it off in a video in the future in more detail, but short stories. They were inspired by some Garo artists. They actually went to this Tsuge Yoshiharu not Dream Theater. It was like a group fan club thing. So that's pretty cool. I'll show that out in the future video, but they do have another short story collection that I may want to pick up, but again, not too much on the priority list. Another thing I've been stopping myself with is any serializing works. So any works that are continuing at the moment. There's so many. If you check my Annie list, you can see all of the plan to read stuff. I've got like 700 manga that I'm planning to read. I think half of those are currently ongoing. trying to limit myself to just completed works, and if they are completed, shorter works like 1-volume stuff, short story stuff, so that I'm not you know, too hooked up on a series for too long. I do want to get through a lot of the stuff that I have, and I do have a backlog of books that I haven't shown off that I have completed, so I plan to do them in the next video, also just showing off my recent reads, because I used to do a lot more of those spotlight videos where I would show off just one book in detail, you know, going through like no, to be honest, I'm going to continue that with specific ones that I think, I'm not going to do it with everything. I used to do it with a lot of stuff, but the next one that I want to do is the Miyanishi Keizo one with Lyrica. I'll pull that out now actually. Lyrica deserves its own video, but other works I'll lump in together with compilation like videos. So this is Lyrica here by Miyanishi Keizo. It's a short story collection that actually takes from other short story collections like Pipiu, from Esther, from the Rose collection. I don't know the name of it. So some of these works are repeats, and I have read them before, but here is like a table of contents of them, of all the different works that it came out. Golden Mary as well, Shonen Jidai, so Boyhood, which I showed off too previously. So a lot of stories collecting this, but it's an insane. Some of the new stories that I've read in here are absolutely insane. I was not expecting that from Miyanishi, even though I thought I was used to what Miyanishi was about, you know. It's just sometimes just crazy seeing some of the stuff that he can make. But yeah, it will pop up in a dedicated video. I think anything Miyanishi, to be honest, is very deserving of its own video. Yeah, future one. And also one of my favorite covers of all time. It's a not glossy, kind of shiny cover, hardcover too on Lyrica. But yeah, so look out for that. Can't give a guarantee as to when it'll pop up, but inevitably. So next thing we've got, I can't really show the cover of, but we've got Kaiki, the bizarre or horror anthology that we've had with a lot of indie doujinshi underground artists. It's the 3rd issue in the whole series itself. I haven't read one of these for ages. I've shown 2 off before on the Manga magazine series, number 1 and 2, but since then I haven't touched it at all. I've been pretty lacking on the manga I can't speak today. Manga magazine side of things, to be honest, for a while. I haven't even read a Garo issue for so long. I've just been so busy. Let me just move all this across first. But yeah, to be honest, I've just been so busy where reading stuff like Garo or Axe requires a lot of effort, because number 1, I have to just, you know, translate everything. It's physically tiring, but number 2, just writing down the notes for them and preparing for videos to find like all the mangaka info, the story info, explaining all of that. That does take a lot of time. So as much as I would love to continue doing them as like consistently as I did beforehand, it's not as it's just very demanding. So I'm just showing this off so maybe I can get the urge to read more of them again. So this one is a Garo 1973 issue, July. So it's a cover by Akasegawa Genpei, and the reason I pulled this out was, I think I've shown it off previously, but it's just got this really cool Neji Shiki parody called Oza Shiki, and I kind of just want to flip through it to get myself excited to read Garo again, because I technically am still reading Garo, which is like short story collections, but a Garo issue in general. Last one I read was the one that I showed off, and I think it was the King Terry 1977 one. I'm still halfway through reading the entire run of the 1973 lineup. I think I'm maybe on June right now, but yeah, I haven't touched one in a a long while, which kind of sucks, but you know, I try not to force myself to read if I'm not feeling like it, if I'm busy or got other things to do. But yeah, it just comes in waves, to be honest, like the urge to read certain things, the urge to just open up a book and dive in and see. Right now I'm sticking more to just English books because they're easier to read. So as of right now, on the bottom, which I'll show off, just to, let me just move this across. So Red Riding Hood's Wolf Apprentice #2 by Sayaka Mogi. So I don't actually have the first volume of this, but I did read it online on Manga Planet. They do have the first volume of it. I didn't even know that there was that there, but now I'm caught up to everything, so I can read this volume without any issues. So this is put out by Glacier Bay Books in the most recent Kickstarter. It's still an ongoing series. It's not, I don't know how many volumes are planned for it, but at least for this, I found out that it's kind of related to a parent series where you don't really have to understand the original Red Riding Hood's series to understand this. It's kind of a standalone, but it's about like two twin wolves. In this world, they're like beastkin, so it's like not really humans, but people who can transform into animals like werewolves and stuff. You've got the normal humans, then you've got the hunters, and the hunters, this guy is a hunter, and this guy, this little boy is a beastkin. So pretty much the whole story is that we're following two twins. We've got Skull and Hati. So Hati is like the prodigy younger brother. They not younger brother, twin brother. They can transform, they can hunt, do everything. But Skull, I think I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I'll just call them Skull. They are the opposite. They actually can't transform yet, so they can't hunt, and they aren't considered an adult until they can hunt and transform. So it's kind of looking at that journey. I don't really know anything else about it, but it's a pretty interesting one, especially since the last Sayaka Mogi work I read was probably Pupa. So Pupa's crazy if you want to read that and see. It's just very infamous. It's very infamous. So if you're curious, you can read it. I'm not going to really spoil it too much, but it's been a couple years since I've read it anyways. But yeah, that's been another read that I've had recently. In terms of other English manga, I finished Flashpoint. Flashpoint was amazing. Was not expecting it to be as lighthearted as it was compared to F. So Flashpoint by Imai Arata. I did finish, actually, Red Snow by Susumu Katsumata. So to be honest, it's not too much of my thing. It didn't really stand out too much for me, but I am very grateful that you know, some works have been actually translated into English by Katsumata. And so it's a combination, I think, of Garo and like other short stories. Not everything here came from Garo. So here are the short stories here. And at the back as well, they do have a little interview that was translated and some information about the author. But a lot of these stories were featuring like yokai, you know, set in the rural countryside with a lot of spirits and drunk people and all that type of stuff. So yeah, it was kind of calming to read sometimes. Like some of the works, a lot of beautiful scenery throughout the whole thing. And if you're into yokai, this has a couple. It doesn't go very hard on the yokai, but they kind of just appear as if it's a normal thing, I guess. But yeah, pre-modern Japanese countryside. Very fitting description of all of that. Yeah, so that was Red Snow. We'll maybe show it off more in another video, but yeah, back to the Garo issue. Flip through a couple of things. And again, I apologize if I am flipping to a different topic too quickly. I guess in this video there was no structure anyway, so yeah, it wasn't really planned to have any structure or any easy timestamps to go for. I don't even know how I'll timestamp this video because I'm kind of fluttering about a lot. I brought out this book here, the Yuichi Yokoyama book. This is Kyozo, or Giant Elephant. The reason why I brought that up was I previously mentioned doing a Yuichi Yokoyama video. I have not even made any progress on that. It's something that I definitely want to do at some point, but because I'm a big fan, I've got a lot of different works. I don't have everything, but I have a lot of different works by Yokoyama, and he's just so unique. So it's still an issue for me of like finding the right words to describe his style, why I like it. So it's, you know, I'm still reminding you guys that I love Yokoyama, but a video will come whenever it comes, I guess. And also I do have to reference as well, I've got the Earth Day book here, this little small one. It has like an English translated essay about Yokoyama, so I still have to read that and actually make notes on it. But this was the little like 3D installation exhibition that he had, not manga related, but this is the info that I need to get through and actually make notes on so I can go ahead with the rest of the video. But yeah, so I think, well, 30 minutes of talking. I think that's all on my mind at the moment. It was a very random video. I don't even know if I'll post this at all. We'll see if I feel like it or not, but maybe if I have no other videos to post, I still do want to put something out just as an update for everything. But yeah, in terms of what I am currently reading, so finished Red Snow. Right now, nothing at the moment. Next planned read. So the next planned read that I have, probably this one here. I will show this off in another haul video, but I recently picked up Tale of the Beast by Tsugetaro. This one is by Black Hook Press and has been out of print for a while, so I picked this up from Sendai. Most likely will be this one because it's quite a short work. It's only maybe 100 or something so pages, so probably we'll say this will be next because it's easy, it's in English. I don't have to spend too much effort to translate stuff. And oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I actually do have something that I'm reading right now. I totally forgot. This one here, Chasing Happiness by Chihiro Misaki. So this one is like a, I would say like a drama work. There's 2 volumes to this. I'm on the first volume, just read this first couple of chapters. The premise of it is that the main character, Kana, her father has just passed away, and at the funeral she meets her father's mistress. And so the story goes from that point where they kind of interact more. She's kind of angry at her father for a lot of different things, a lot of traumatic things actually, and uncovering both of their stories and seeing how their relationship grows, I guess. So it's a heavy manga so far, to be honest, but I really love the art style of this, like especially the eyes. It's so like, I love the hair texture too, but it's so simple and cartoony that it's just super captivating. But yeah, in terms of its topics, it's quite heavy at times. So this has actually been translated into English, only digitally though. So it's called Chasing Happiness. I believe it was also on Manga Planet too. I read the first chapter there in English, and I'm just going to continue reading in this tankobon. So if you want to read this, I can't give like any recommendations or reviews yet because I'm only like 2 chapters in it. If you want to check it out, go on Manga Planet. They have the first chapter free, I think. It was free when I checked, but every other chapter has been behind like a subscription paywall thing. So hopefully it's still free if you want to check that out. But a pretty interesting manga. Also like the cover, I was really captivated by the cover. That was the first thing that I saw, and then I looked into it more. I'm like, oh okay, this might be my thing. Love drama manga, love manga that are heavy and are unafraid to be heavy as well. But yeah, so those are my 2 current reads at the moment. So yeah, just to sum off, it's a pretty random, pretty impromptu, on the spot video. We'll see how it goes. If I feel like doing more in the future, I will. But you know, I'm not abandoning the usual videos, just haven't had the time recently, so showed a bunch of random books in this one. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.